My unique approach to representing clients is to do two things: prepare and humanize. Under preparation, I'm going to investigate the case. I'm going to try to find every single fact that I can find so that when I have a conversation with the prosecutor, they feel as weak or have some concerns about whether or not they're going to be able to get a guilty verdict if they go to trial. That's number one. Number two is I humanize the client. And the way I do that is by preparing something called a mitigation brief. So what I always do when a client comes in for their first meeting is I give them a homework assignment. I ask them to get letters from 10 people who know them well to say that they're honest, trustworthy, and they're not the type of people who are going to commit this type of crime. I look at their background. I look at whether they've done volunteer work, whether they are employed, whether they're married, whether they pay their taxes, whether they work with their kids on their sports teams. Anything that the client has done that reflects well on them, I'm going to get proof of that. It could be going to school and having grades, good grades. It could be anything in life that makes them look good, showing up at work and getting a merit. So I'm going to take all of that information and I'm going to put it together in a brief and I'm going to file it with the court. I do it that way because when you file it as a brief, it forces the judge and the prosecutor to read it and to look at those exhibits you want them to see. If you just go into court, like most people do, and just tell them about it, it's not as effective as forcing them to read about it. So at the end of the day, when I'm talking with the prosecutor and the judge about a case, the prosecutor should feel weaker about the facts, yet feel the client is a better person than they initially thought, and as a result of that, make them a much better offer to resolve the case such that the client feels like they got a good result.